Sir, I heard on the radio a while back, and I can't remember the names involved, but it was a lady who I think is of Syrian-Finnish descent living in Denmark, who is an imam. And she quoted somebody from what I would call round about 800 AD in Islam, who said, the perfect man is a woman. What is your view of that question?
Perfect man is a woman?
Yes.
I don't know a perfect woman. I know there's a hadith.
The perfect man is a woman.
Yes.
He said the statement of the person said the perfect man is a woman.
What is
I don't understand. Doesn't make any sense because by definition, man a man is not a woman.
Where is that?
A man is a
no,
man.
A woman. A woman is a woman. It's like I tell you, a perfect dog is a cow.
Yes.
The perfect dog.
The sentence
There's a cat. It's different.
Maybe what she was trying to say, a perfect man respects women.
What she was trying to say is that if you want a man to be perfect, he has to meet the standard of behaviour that a woman has.
No, what we say, that maybe she meant this. In Islam we say, من كل وراء رجل عظيم امرأة. Every behind, yeah, I'm going to say that. Every behind a great man is a woman.
Oh gosh, I mean
that's what we say. Yes, that's why in Arabic we say al-mar'atu madrasatun. That woman is a school, is a college. In the West they say woman is a half society. We say woman is a full society, the whole society, because she gives a birth to the other half. That's why if you have a good woman that takes care of your children, you will have good society. That's what we say.
Have you ever been to Sutton Hoo?
Where?
Sutton Hoo. It's near Woodbridge in Suffolk. It's where King Radwald Worthing, it is believed, was buried in a ship burial. And one of the things about Anglo-Saxon society, the burial incidentally was about 600 AD, around about the time that Islam was founded, if that's the correct phrase.
Yes.
But one of the interesting things it said is that in that Anglo-Saxon society, women were accepted fairly much as being equal to men and wise counsellors.
Woman equal to man.
Yes.
Yeah, we believe that in Islam, Prophet Muhammad said, النساء أشقاء الرجال, that women are half of man. However, there are some things for women and for men. Like now, if you're in a house and someone comes to burgle your house or to rob your house, you're not going to turn to your woman and say, go fight him. You're going to know it's your duty now to fight and defend your woman. It's naturally, yes, expected. That's why women, even if they see men not acting as a strong person, tell them, you act like a woman. But in Islam, yes, it's known. Even in a bus here, when you have a queue, they say ladies first. If we are equal, there's no point to say ladies first, because all of us should be first. But the fact that, yes, that's what they do. People play with words, not you, but people play with words. So in Islam, if a man commits sin or a woman commits sin, same thing. Doesn't mean because she's a man or because she's a woman, she's gonna get, no, same. Rather, in some circumstances, woman has more right than a man. In Islam, for example, the mother has more right than the father.
Okay.
The hadith Prophet when a man, I don't think we were here, when a man came to Prophet Muhammad and he said, who deserves my companionship more? Who has more right over me? He said, your mother. He said, then who? He said, your mother. He said, then who? He said, your mother. He said, then who? He said, your father. Even Allah specifically mentions about the mother carrying out her son for 9 months. And it's a big sin to disrespect your mother. And one of the Muslim scholars, there's 2 scholars, brothers, both of them. So one of them was praying night prayer, and one of them was massaging his mother's feet. And when they asked him, he said, oh Muhammad ibn Sirin, he said, who do you think is better in Allah's sight? He said, I'm better than him, because he was praying voluntary prayers, but I was doing something which was compulsory to take care of my mother. You see, when one of the companions, his mother passed away, he was crying very, very hard. I said, why? He said, because one of the gate of paradise has been closed.
That hadith sahih about paradise.
No, the correct hadith, when a man came to the Messenger of Allah and he said, I left my mother, he said, go back and take care of her because Jannah is there. You see what I'm saying? But Islam comes with justice. Justice is better than to be equal all the time, because sometimes to be equal can be oppression.
How?
For example, if you have a son and you take care of him, and one of them he has a wife and a children, and you have a son who has no family, which one deserves more money?
You want to give them both £50 or
£50, or you have to give according to the situation. Come on.
Question, I would have to think about that.
Keep it.
I've never been in
I think you should speak to the shop centre, because they're not doing what you're speaking about. Even the government in this country, they know the one with the family deserves more money than the single person. So even, you know, in this country, even the one who is older in age, they give him more money than the one who's younger in age.
Because culturally.
No, culture even makes sense.
That's what culturally in British society, going back historically, then generally speaking, property was divided equally between sons as inheritance. Now, I'm not going to condemn it. I'm talking about that's the situation.
No, I'm talking about equal. To be equal sometimes can be oppression, and it's known. Like now, for example, if you, as I mentioned, it's a logical argument. If I have two sons, one of them has a car, one of them has a bike, I'm gonna give the one with the car more money, because the one with the car needs food for himself and needs food for the car, which is petrol. The one with the bike doesn't need petrol for the bike. You see what I'm saying? So it's a logical argument. No one tried to debate it. You see what I'm saying? Even
it's an interesting argument. Yeah, okay.
It is a logical argument. I'm telling you.
Have to think about.
You know, women, when they look for a man, they look for a man, not a woman.
Fun?
When a woman look for a man, they look for a real man, not a woman. Are you aware of that?
We're going to go down a real rabbit hole there. What is
it's a bit hard for you, isn't it? Basically, a woman, if a woman sees someone acting like a woman, they say, no, I need a man. Someone take care of me. That's why Islam is a perfect religion. Why? From woman nature to be soft and to be merciful. From a man nature to be tough and strong. To complete each other, they get married. Because women need some toughness and the men need some mercy and softness. But if you have two strong person, another person, strong person, there's a war. World War III is going to be at home.
Well, one of the worst women, nastiest women in Nazi Germany was a deputy commandant of a concentration camp, and she made lampshades out of human skin. She was only about 21.
Huh? Yes, no.
It's a false assumption.
No, you're misunderstanding the point.
Believe that women are naturally soft and merciful.
No, you misunderstand the point here. I'm talking general speaking. You know, general speaking, like, yeah. Yes. Of course, sometimes you're gonna find a man. There's exception to it. You see what I'm saying? Like now we know that you will never go to the boxing match and you bring a woman and a man to fight each other. Have you heard this? Are you speaking about it? Are you serious? Doesn't happen, bro. Doesn't happen. Are you serious?
In things like wrestling and boxing, you try and make people of equal weight.
Yeah, but
you can equal weight. Bring woman 50 kilo, man 50 kilo. Let them fight.
I weigh about 75 to 80 kilos, but I do recall watching
would you feel comfortable fighting a woman?
You know what? Sorry to cut you.
Women's wrestling, where the women weighed about 50 to 60 kilograms. But they were very determined fighters. I'll tell you what, I would not like to have been on the receiving end.
Yeah, you have. You're the exception. You're the exception from the man. No, but my point is, look, what we say that sometimes people try to debate for the sake of debating, but we know what is real, what is not. Like for example, when you speak to the atheist and you ask about the universe, there's someone who say will come randomly. This is just a word in our using. If you put it in the real test, it does not make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if you walk down the street and you see a nice phone, you will not just go and take it if you it just came randomly. You know what I'm saying? You know that someone must drop the phone. Likewise the camera and so on. So certain things I noticed in Speaker's Corner or when you debate with some people, they will try to utilize anything just for the sake of debating. While in the reality, they don't believe in it deeply in the heart. Like we know, we cannot debate that. That generally speaking, women and men are stronger than a woman, but sometimes a woman is stronger than a man. Like in some situation, a woman is stronger. Like you cannot be like a woman. I'm a married man, and my wife she takes care of the children. The job she does, Allahu Akbar, you know, big job. Like you know, I look at and I remember that I remember the statement of our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to take care of your mother. You know when she's like. She wakes up early in the morning. Me, I just put the finger. Let me carry on sleeping, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know the hadith. You know, sorry. So you don't know that. You know when you read the hadith, there's difference between you read it and when you read it and you see it in the real life. When you look at the real life, you see your wife waking up early, looking after the children, taking care of them, and you're just sleeping. You know what I'm saying? That's why you remember the hadith. Your mother, your mother, your mother.
Physical strength of men and women is overrated. No, I mean physically, I'm probably no stronger than a woman of say 20 at the age that I am now. No, but what I'm saying is,
so you're not equal,
men are generally stronger than women.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is it's important. What is important is the ability of the mind.
Yeah, of course. That's why even look.
And there's no difference.
Yeah, that's why in Islam, you know, the big scholar in Islam.
The brains of men and women.
The biggest scholar in Islam. One of the big scholars in Islam was a woman. Who was the wife of Prophet Muhammad, Aisha. Radiallahu anha wa arda, may Allah please with her. She was one of the major scholars. The companions, men, when they used to differ amongst themselves, they used to go back to her, without any doubt. That's why the poet said, لو كانت عائشة مثل سائر الرجال لفضلت النساء على الرجال لا التأنيث نقصا للشمس ولا تذكير لفخر الهلال. He said, if all women were like Aisha, women would be better than a man. Okay? Because Aisha was very, very powerful woman. May Allah please with her. She was a righteous woman, and I advise my Muslim sisters to follow her way instead of following the way of these singers and these liars. You know, the Prophet Muhammad's companions, his wives, they were good women, the best example to follow. You see? So, inshallah, we'll stop here. You know?
Let's go look for something.
Yeah, khalas, inshallah. It was nice talking to you. What's your name, sir?
Robert.
Robert, nice to meet you. My name is Shamsi, Robert.
Thank you.
Take care. Look.
Alaikum
salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
عليكم السلام. عليكم السلام. حياكم الله. كيف الحال؟